Hey everyone, it's Richard Payne here from Halifax Homes and Lifestyles at EXP Realty, and we are, shall we say excited? I think excited is the right thing to say, that we have Danielle Hardie from Premiere Mortgage Centre on the other side of this video. So Danielle, when she says hello, like now for instance.
Hey, this is Danielle Hardie here with Richard Payne to give you guys some information about what's going on in the world today.
There you go. So that's what's going to happen is the video is going to switch from me to her constantly. So you get both of us. So it's two for the price of one, which I think is pretty good value today. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over a variety of questions because we know that everybody is starting to think about mortgages. They're starting to wonder, following on from a video we did yesterday, can you still buy a house in the coronavirus that we're seeing now? The answer yesterday was yes. However, mortgages are kind of key to buying houses as well. So that's why we've got Danielle Hardie here, because she's going to answer probably some of the very basic questions, no doubt not all of them, which is why contact details will be showing up for both me and Danielle. So if you want to get hold of us, you can. Reach out, ask the questions, because the key thing for everybody here is you need the information to make the right decision. So first question over to Danielle is, can we still get mortgages in this coronavirus world?
And the answer to that, Richard, is yes. We can still get mortgages. It does look a little bit different right now. One of the things, if you are putting an offer in on a house, is you're going to want to make sure that you're giving a full 2 weeks for financing. And the reason being is that we've got people, our lenders, a lot of them are in Ontario, Toronto, that worked in big buildings. Everybody had to leave, work from home. So our lenders have had challenges. We're also in a very interesting rate situation right now where rates went down, then they've gone up. And so the lenders were very busy with that. And then we've also got situations of people who were approved for a mortgage. Everything is great, but then lost their job. So lenders are also dealing with that. So if you are buying, you're putting in an offer, just make sure you've got a good 2 weeks for financing. We can still get approvals. Things are looking a little differently. It might be video calls is how we do your mortgage application, as well as doing things a lot, using technology to send documents. But yeah, it's definitely still possible. Still pre-approving people. And just know that things can change with that though, if you do have a job loss.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing that I think a lot of us are hoping for is some of this virtual world that we're now living in is actually going to stick around after all the measures get relaxed, because it is going to become a little bit more simpler, for want of a better word, to actually have these conversations with people, like over the internet, having that conversations. So what about bank appraisals? I know that I have seen more appraisals, even before Corona, with everything else that's going on. How long and how are bank appraisals being factored into those 2 weeks? Are they still getting done in enough time?
So right now, when it comes to appraisals, it is ever changing, again, day by day. So what I say today may not be effective tomorrow, but right now, we do have appraisers that will go out to a home. They may even ask the homeowner to open some windows, like open the curtains, I should say, so that they can look in the house. They can do a perimeter. They can do a drive-by. But our appraisers are not doing full appraisals right now. They're not taking that risk. They don't want to go into somebody else's home right now. But they're being creative, and we are still doing the best that we can. And all our lenders are on board to help our clients still buy homes.
Good. Yeah, and that's the key thing is we've got to have, as we were just talking, we need the collaboration of everybody involved in the process of buying home. So it's not just Richard, the realtor, buying, it's Bob, the selling agent, that's got to kind of get on board and be more collaborative with us as well. It's got to be Danielle doing the mortgage. It's got to be whoever the lender is. It's the appraisal, the inspectors. It's everybody now that is having to look at their situation, go, how can we make this a lot more collaborative? Because we just want to get the deals done, and we want the buyers to buy homes, and we want the sellers to sell their houses and move on, for whatever reason it may be. That's the key thing. So give us a little bit of an update then about what happens if I have a house now, have a mortgage now, but obviously things have changed. So maybe I'm on one of those temporary layoff situations where I've got to basically take 2 weeks sick leave and then go on employees insurance EAD. How's that looking for people?
Yes, Richard, that's a really important question. It's one I'm getting daily from my clients. So what has happened is our government is offering assistance to people who have lost their job or affected by the COVID-19. And what they are doing is it's a case-by-case basis. If you qualify, you can defer your payment for up to 6 months. And you can do this by reaching out to your lender and speaking to them. They will ask you some questions, maybe how this has affected you, and they'll explain to you what it means to defer your payment. So some lenders, what it does is it may increase your amortization on the other side. Other lenders is that your payment may increase after the 6 months of deferrals. We're not told who is doing what. This is all lender by lender, case by case.
Right.
I've had clients that have lost their job. They've reached out to their lender and they've had great success, and it was easy. We are having the lender say to us, if you do not need this deferral right now, do not call for it. And if you can make your payment in the next week, then make that payment and then call when you can't make the next one. Or, if your payment isn't for another 30 days, don't reach out to the lender until closer to. They are experiencing extremely high call volumes. It's hours on hold, as you can imagine. If you have an option to email your lender, through either your online banking, or a lot of them have portals that you can view your mortgage. So I would suggest reaching out that way. You won't get an immediate response. It may be a day or two. And I'm getting my clients to give me feedback, and so far it's been really good and really positive. And yes, there may be a little bit of compounding interest to do that, but it also might keep a couple grand in your pocket to feed your family
Right.
while we all get through this.
Yeah.
And I think that's what is important. There are measures being taken to try to keep everybody in their home, and take advantage of it. There's no shame in deferring it. It does not hurt your credit history. So if it is something you're feeling that you may need this, then reach out to your lender.
Right. Certainly one thing we'll do on the video, wherever we put it, is we will get the links from Danielle and we'll put them in the comments, in the description, wherever we can, so that people can literally just watch the video, see the links, and go, oh, great, I need to click on that link. Because there is also government assistance that's going to come into play, especially for people like me and Danielle that are self-employed. And that is going to come out, I think they said it's going to come effective April the 1st is when you're actually allowed to go. And that's literally, you go onto the CRA website, and I'll find the link for that and put that below. Means tested, of course. As with all of these things, it's means tested. It's like, if you have the ability to pay, then you're going to have the ability to pay. It's when you don't have the ability to pay, that's when you want to reach out to the lenders and whoever it is that you need to see what you can do. Because the last thing we want with this situation is, because it's so different to anything else, we don't want people getting to the stage where it's going to hurt their credit rating, because that could be a negative impact for who knows how many months, and that's never a good thing. Okay, so we've covered, can you get a new mortgage? We've covered what happens if you need to defer a mortgage. What are some of the other things then that you're seeing mortgage lender-wise that we think people need to be aware of in the next 2 to 6 weeks?
So I think one of the big things that is challenging, I don't have an exact answer for you on this, is, if you do have an offer in and you're ready to close, but you've lost your job.
Yes,
what
that one.
does that mean for you? And again, it is case by case basis. Each lender is different. I have heard of some situations of what they're doing is they may have your employer write a letter to state that you will be going back to work after this.
Okay.
which could be helpful. But it could affect, it could jeopardize your approval. With every approval that's issued, there's always a little clause in there that if any material changes happen with the property or your situation, then your approval could be affected. So far, we have not seen a lot of that. The lenders, again, like you say, everybody's working together here. And we're working with the lenders. We're going through different situations. They're trying to talk to employers, which is also challenging because a
Yeah.
lot of people, you can't just call an employer's office these days to confirm that so-and-so works there,
Yeah.
because that person's probably at home. So one of the other things that they're doing as well is how they verify employment is a little bit different. They may ask for additional paperwork, additional documentation. It could be, we want to see 6 months of your bank account history of your pay being deposited into it, instead of, along with pay stubs and T4s, instead of getting a letter of employment and calling and verifying on that. So the lenders are being creative and trying to work with everybody to get this done, but there is a potential, yes, if you have had a layoff and this could affect you for a very long time, it may not be the best time to buy a property.
Yeah.
To save your money, just make sure you're making your minimum payments on everything, stay above the water so you can, when you're in that position and you're back to working, then you're ready and you can buy at that time.
And I think as well, like certainly what a lot of the real estate world is thinking is we're seeing a lot of our buyers put a pause button. So they're not saying, no, we're not buying. They're just going, too much uncertainty. I need to see how this plays out. But yes, I am absolutely buying a house this year. So I think from our side, what we'll see is people are slowing down on the listings. That's definitely been an effect over the last probably 5 to 7 days. We've seen less listings come on. Conditional offers have slowed off as well. So we're not seeing as many houses going conditional, which means somebody's had an accepted offer. But I think because of that, and there is still so much demand in Halifax for housing, we're going to see a little bit of a rush. As soon as the measures get relaxed a little bit, as soon as people start actually going back to work, I am fully expecting like a surge of new listings and buyers. And that's going to be something.
Richard, I agree with you there. I think
Yeah.
we will see a surge, especially those who have kept their job, have made it through. It might be their opportunity to get that home that they wanted without having 10 other people fighting for it.
Right, yes, because the bidding wars are slowing down. Well, I don't think I've seen one. Now it's always hard whether you can see it on MLS, you'd have to actually ask agents. But I think that competition for houses, instead of paying over asking price and being one of 4, 5, 10 offers on a house, you're going to go back to what we would call a normal semblance right now. Now, what happens when they relax those measures? Well, you're going to see a rush of people all of a sudden saying, I want to see houses, I want to see houses, I want to see houses. And we could very quickly hit that multiple offer world again, because people have been sitting there looking on MLS, looking on Viewpoint, looking at houses, and going, okay, well, when the time comes and everything gets relaxed and we're back to some new sense of normality, then we're going, and we're going hard and we're going strong. So that'll be a really interesting thing to actually see if it happens or not. But I can't see any other way, because people haven't said I'm not buying a house. They've said I am pausing buying a house.
Exactly. And that's what I'm hearing too. All of my clients who are pre-approved, they're taking a break right now. They're thinking of their safety. They're thinking of their realtor safety and the homeowner's safety. So, and I think that's important right now, is to make that everyone's number one priority, is being safe in an environment like this. And we will get through it, and there will be homes to buy when we're through this.
Exactly. And the other thing is, we have seen obviously a huge upturn in virtual listings. And I mean proper virtual listings, not just here's all the photographs and we stitched them together as a moving photograph with some music underneath. It's like, no, proper, honest to God, somebody's gone through with either a 360-degree camera or something, and you can click on the little circles and walk through the house. I mean, I just yesterday went and did a video tour on one of my clients' houses for another realtor who's got buyers who are like, we like to see the house, but we don't want to go in the house. Okay, we'll take a video walkthrough. You know, it's just me. The clients weren't in the house either. Didn't touch anything, didn't open any doors, sterilized on my way in, sterilized on my way out. So, it's a way of actually getting around that situation. And that's just, I think, going to become a little bit more of what we have to do in the next, I don't know, 2 to 6 weeks, I guess, until somebody actually figures out some relaxation of the rules, because things are getting better. And until that happens, I don't think any of the rules should be relaxed. I think it should be a case of, open houses have been shut down. We don't do open houses anymore. We've been told that from our real estate commission and board, that is something they are stopping anyone from doing. It's all virtual. So it's just a different way, but a bit more of a technology orientated way of doing business now.
That's for sure. So for anybody watching this, if you have any questions, I'm here for you. I'm happy to answer and share what I know. It is ever changing. It's day by day, as you know, from messages from our government. And we're all going to get through this together. Reach out, and I'm happy to answer anybody's questions. And I hope that you and your family stay safe, Richard.
Yeah, we're doing what we have to do. Luckily, we're in that stage where it's like, we're just enjoying a bit more family time and all of that kind of stuff. So it's good, and it allows me as a realtor to go, oh yeah, all those projects that I've been putting off because I haven't had the time, well, now I've got some time. So, and it's good that we get to do these kind of video conference calls with people as well, to actually get some content out there that people appreciate and they need, because we'll put all the details in the links and everything else so that you can get hold of either myself or Danielle and just ask the questions. We're sitting here just doing work as usual. So if we can answer questions, we're more than helpful to.
Exactly. And, calls like this force us to get out of our PJs and comb our hair and get ready for the day.
Exactly. Well, on that note, Danielle, it was always good to chat to you, and we'll get this sent out. And then if anybody needs us, we're here.
Excellent. Thanks, Richard. Have a great day.
You too. See ya.